invite you guys to have a seat. Get everyone closer. Have a seat. We got plenty of chairs.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. So before we, so that we can get started, and before we proceed with the agenda, the first thing that we have in our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If I can have California Fire Battalion Chief Brian White and Livingston Police Department Acting Chief John Ramirez and Sergeant Jason Barkis come up, and you guys will lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So it is really great to have everybody here today. Today is going to be a memorable day because it's not every day that we get some money, and we're very appreciative to be able to work on one of the projects that the City of Livingston has been trying to work for a long time. The Livingston is taking action on moving forward on water projects, including the current construction of well 8A. And Livingston continues to be committed to identifying new sources of funding for infrastructure improvements with our partners in DC and Sacramento. We would like to thank the Senator for her support on our community and for providing much needed resources for not only for Livingston, but a lot of other communities in the Central Valley region. Also, thank you to the council for advocating for the community and to make this a priority, much needed projects in the City of Livingston, and there's much more work to be done. And it is important to keep the momentum going. And just to also include all of the different departments within the City of Livingston, you know, not any single project can get done with only a few people, all hands on deck. You know, it takes more than just the city manager's office. It takes more than the council to get things done. Yes, even though we can get things approved and moving forward, but it takes everybody else to be supportive of projects like this. And projects like this is not something that is going to get done in a year or 2 years. Some of those projects have been on the works for a long time, and it's going to take even longer years, you know, maybe 4, 5, 6 years. Even some of those projects need to be planned short-term, mid-term, and long-term. So it is with that in mind, it is a great honor to be able to have everybody here. And next in line, we have some remarks by Director of Public Works, Anthony Cheverria.
Good morning, everyone. I know it's almost lunchtime, so I'll be brief. I know everybody's ready to go eat some tacos. First of all, I'd like to thank the Senator for being here today and for her efforts, not just for the City of Livingston, but for all she's been doing for the smaller Central Valley communities that she represents. The Senator has been instrumental in securing funding for projects like new fire stations, treatment facilities, low-income housing. We're very fortunate to have her in office today. Now, a little background on TCP. For those that may not be aware, in July of 2017, the State Water Resource Control Board approved a maximum contaminant level for TCP of 5 parts per trillion. And this had a significant impact on the city's water system. Every potable water well that we have exceeds the TCP MCL. But the city was anticipating the TCP MCL adoption and began working with the engineering department to pilot test different types of media to remove TCP. Through the direction from City Council, the city built their first TCP treatment plant at Well 8 before the adoption of the MCL. We continued to build yet another TCP treatment plant that treats water from wells 14 and 16. This treatment plant was completed in 2021. We currently have an SRF funding application in process with the State Water Board to build a centralized TCP treatment facility that will treat water from wells 13, 12, and 17. It's going to take more time and a lot more money. But we're thankful. We're thankful for any help that we receive from our state representatives. The money we receive from the Senator's office will be used to build our Arakelian centralized TCP treatment facility and will help bring clean and safe drinking water to our residents of Livingston. I know our residents can't wait for the completion of these treatment facilities. I know I can't wait either because I do not like sending the quarterly non-compliance letters out to the community. I did want to just point out a couple of technical facts about the treatment facility. Once built, the plant will be designed to treat 4,500 gallons per minute. There will be room for expansion to accommodate a total flow of 6,000 gallons per minute in the event we drill an additional well. The storage tank was designed by engineering to be aesthetically pleasing and blend into the park landscape. Most of the storage tank will be buried. It's not going to be your typical 35-foot high eyesore. It's going to be about 3/4 buried, and you're only going to see about 10 feet of the actual structure. Max daily production from the plant would be roughly 6.5 million gallons a day of clean drinking water to our residents. That concludes my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chavarria. Next, we have remarks by our interim city manager, Christopher Lopez.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I wasn't expecting it to be so chilly today, but my goodness. With that being said, we all know that providing clean, safe, reliable drinking water is fundamental to life as we know it. And without the support and the work efforts of our employees, many of whom are here today, our public works employees in particular, these are the men and women responsible for keeping the lights on and water flowing. So thank you for everything that you do. As the mayor mentioned earlier today, it doesn't happen in a silo. It happens with the efforts of our admin team as well as finance as well. So thank you all for joining us this morning. So just by way of a little bit of history, this started back earlier this year, and the mayor took a strong approach in advocating at the federal level for the importance and the priorities of the City of Livingston. The mayor advocated at the federal level with our representatives and showed the importance of infrastructure projects in the City of Livingston. The mayor then brought that same energy back to California, and he began again advocating for these same projects in the City of Livingston. It was because of this leadership, as well as the leadership of the City Council. We have obviously Mayor Moran, Mayor Pro Tem Kripal Samra, Councilmember Maria Soto, Councilmember Jason Roth, and Councilmember JT Mann, who was not here today. But because of their leadership in identifying the importance of these priorities in the community, these are now being brought to fruition. Now, all that wouldn't be possible if we didn't have an incredible leader like Senator Anna Caballero representing the City of Livingston and the Central Valley. And it's because of the Senator and her responsiveness, her receptiveness to the City of Livingston that this became possible. And I cannot thank the senator enough for the work that she's been doing, not only on behalf of the City of Livingston, but also on behalf of the residents in the Central Valley. We are so fortunate and blessed to have such a strong advocate in Sacramento, advocating and fighting for residents of Livingston and the Central Valley. So for that, we are extremely thankful for your leadership, Senator. Thank you very much. In conclusion, I'm really happy to see everybody here. Anthony, thank you for your leadership and the rest of the management team. All of this could not be done with the incredible efforts of everybody here today. Thank you.
Next, let's welcome, we have some remarks by County Supervisor Rodrigo Espinosa.
Buenos dias, good morning. I think I can't say any better words than, like I said, I know Anthony stated all the projects that you know, that led to having this project, and to many thanks to our state senator for her leadership and work throughout the whole her district. She's been getting a lot of funds for most of the communities up and down the valley, but you know, and just like the whole valley, we deal with water that's been very contaminated, manganese, TCP, and other products that are harmful to us. So, you know, for the last 21 years, I've been as an elected. I was 14 years here in Livingston and 7 years on the board of supervisors. So for my first 14 years, I dedicate my my life and you know, and my work to this community of Livingston, and I still do, representing the community of Livingston. But you know, with Rapal and the past councils, we worked hard to improve, especially water. You know, every election came up, and the community would say, you know what, our water. You know, like I said, and it's still an issue. It's never going to stop because there's not enough funding that can help us mitigate and clean our water. Right, every time that, you know, somebody calls that their water into their, you know, tap system is brown. So we work hard on that. We will call Public Works, and you know, you can only you know, clean it so much, or just, you know, flush it out so much, right? Until we need filter systems like this. But with the help of our state senators and Esmeralda Soria, I know that they work together collaboratively to support our communities, and with their support, they've been great in responding to our community. So, like I said, it's $1 million that helps us to come forward and to clean our system and filter it. I know that, like I said, we still, in 2009, we received, when I was here on the council, we received some funding for the water. It was about $13 million. So that we got $9 million. So we still have, you know, a few $1 million that will work to improve the water system now. So I know that the city did a great job of and like I said, holding that money to make sure that that those funds go straight to the systems, you know, and water is what we needed. So hopefully, like I said, with this city council that's doing a great job, and we'll go ahead and build this system that will improve, like I said, just a little bit more of the water on this side of town. And so I just want to thank everybody with the support of the state legislators, Anna Caballero, and thank you very much for, like I said, your continued support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Espinosa. Next, I'm going to ask everyone to please welcome remarks by our Senator Anna Caballero.
Well, good morning, everyone. We need some more coffee. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It is really fantastic to see you all here today. Thank you for joining us to celebrate. That's really what it's all about. I want to thank all the staff of the City of Livingston for your dedication to the community and your hard work, and also for joining us here today. I think it's been said that nothing gets done because one individual does it. It's because people work as a team, and you work as a team in your department, and then you work as a team as a city, and your city works as a team with your state legislators as well. And that's really why we're here, is to celebrate that teamwork, celebrate the ability to make government work, and the ability to be able to get things done that really benefit the community. So thank you for joining us here today. And I want to also thank all of the partners, which include the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, grants from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, and then obviously the work that's been done by the City of Livingston. Your residents are helping to improve the water situation as well. And what these funds do is it relieves them of the burden of having to pay more and more and more for their water until water becomes unaffordable. Also want to recognize Mayor Jose Moran and the City Council members for your dedication and your hard work. And also for your outreach to my office to let me know that you were still working on this. We've been working with the State Water Resources Board to get the grants, but there's also the ability to put things directly in the budget. And that's a little bit harder because, well, first of all, is it's not a competition, so that you don't have to compete with the big cities, which is what's very, very difficult for small cities. But you also don't have to hire a contractor to write a grant. That costs money, and it costs money, and you never know if you're going to get a grant. And so putting something directly in the budget is difficult, but it's also, once it's there, and you can use it for what it says in the budget, which was to improve the water system. And it was your city council and mayor, as well as the administrative staff, that kept it on our radar, that helped us get the information we needed to be able to be very specific about what this money would be used for. And it was that partnership that made it possible for that to stay in the state budget. As you heard, it's all about clean water, which is a public health issue. And it's the construction of raw water lines to the centralized TCP removal facility to purify the water, and it's construction of a new million gallon treated water storage tank. So what it does is it brings it in compliance with state law, and that's really important because what the minimum contamination level, the MCL, stands for is that under certain conditions, if you exceed that level, there could be health risks. And we don't want those health risks. What we want is people to feel that the water is good water, that it tastes good, but it also is the healthiest product that can be provided. So I'm very pleased to be here today. Water has always been one of my top priorities because the Valley, we need clean water. And there are too many communities that suffer because either there's contaminants in the water, or there's not enough of it, or it's just got algae blooms and things that are not healthy for the community. So I want to thank you all again for your hard work. I couldn't be successful without the partnership with your city staff, administration, and your city council. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to say that Supervisor Espinosa has been a great champion for Livingston. I remember when he was on the city council and he was asking for resources to improve the water, and he's still here doing the same thing. So thank you to the supervisor. Well, so without any further ado, it gives me great pleasure to present a check in the amount of $1 million to the mayor and the city council of the City of Livingston.
Now if we can get the supervisor in.